Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to follow up, Mr. Cordray. This isn't going to be a question because we'll get together with you afterwards on the issues that we did. But first of all, we didn't get into a number of the questions that I raised in my opening statement, which we talked about, and so I will submit those questions to you if you would respond to them.
Sure will.
But you and I think we may have a disagreement or a different understanding, at least, as to what the Dodd-Frank statute requires. As I read it, and I'm reading the statute, it says the Bureau may not use its authorities under this paragraph to obtain records from covered persons and service providers participating in consumer financial services markets for purposes of gathering or analyzing the personally identifiable financial information of consumers. So those are the exact words of the statute. By the way, in other parts of the statute leading up to that, it talks about voluntary information being provided by consumers, and so I again refer to my opt-out suggestion. But I'd like to get with you, and we will do that, and urge you to provide the kind of information as well as legal analysis about the department's processes here that can help us address some of these issues.
We'll certainly do that. We'd like to put your mind at ease on that. I do think what you read is part of the statute, absolutely. There are other ways in which the Bureau gets personally identifiable information, such as, for example, when people file their consumer complaints.
But that's a voluntary action by the consumer.
We're not really interested in personally identifiable information. For us, it's just a hassle. It means we have to make sure that it's being properly handled, that it's not being disclosed, that we have to devote a lot of time and attention to guarding it carefully and making sure it's handled the way every other agency under federal law has to handle it. What's insightful to us is the anonymized information that tells us about consumer behavior, consumer harm, consumer benefit, and that's the information we need. We don't really want to know about you personally. We want to know about consumers in general.
And I trust that that is exactly what you're all about, but I don't think that just the assurance of the agency that they're not interested in it is really what we're trying to achieve here.
Understood. Yeah, and we'll be happy to work through that to your satisfaction.